All right. So the final game we want to talk about today on the podcast is the highlight of the weekend on prime time at 8:00 in Buffalo. The Ravens will be playing the Bills. Now the spread here favors the Bills at -2.5, which is an even, a closer toss up than the Bucks Saints game. But some of the key factors here are it's going to be in the dire cold. It might snow, and it's going to be, I think, forced to be a running game. I know the Ravens love to blitz, but Josh Allen is super good against the blitz. I don't know, Vince. What do you think? What do you think about this game?
This is my favorite game of the week. This is the game I've been waiting for. I love what the Bills are doing. Josh Allen, Josh Allen prior to this season, I think I don't think I know his completion percentage was 58%. This year it's 68. He went to Tom House and restructured his throwing motion, his footwork, and so forth. And now he's become a more accurate passer who can also throw the deep ball and run. And he's the total package, which Josh Allen, absolute steal for the Bills to get. And obviously it's paying off. Sean McDermott, as I talked about earlier, arguably coach of the year for the Bills, bringing them to the 13-3 record, part of the Andy Reid, coaching tree. But this is one where you're going to get a ton of running. There's just going to be running on both sides. You have Zach Moss, who's out for the Bills, so you have more Josh Allen running. I think Josh Allen's going to have a huge game to win this. And hopefully Devin Singletary can actually run the ball on the ground. But I think you're going to have, Diggs, John Brown, Beasley, with Josh Allen. This is Josh Allen's finest moment, right? This is where he could really show, hey, I've made it. I'm, against a great defense, against the number one blitzing team, like you talked about, Josh, and how Josh Allen is so great against the blitz. This is the game where he could really, tell the naysayers or show everyone or come out in the national spotlight and say, hey, I'm here and I'm here to stay. On the other side, someone like Lamar Jackson, who just won his first playoff game, he was 0-3, who was 0-2 previously and just won this last one. They're rolling too, right? And they can run the hell out of the ball with Dobbins, Ingram, and Edwards. And then obviously Lamar Jackson, who had, I believe, over 150 plus yards on the ground from the quarterback position. So when you're giving up, when it's the Bills, and this is in the season, I believe they were like 17th or 18th, giving that amount. If they've shored that up, then I like the Bills here. But the issue is, man, that dynamic running of having Lamar Jackson, that quarterback, having these other three running backs who are dynamic as well against a Bills team who's been suspect against the run. Oh, man, yeah. I'd be very scared if I'm the Bills facing someone, of the offense potency of the Ravens.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern, right? I think Josh Allen, he's got some experience in the snow. I mean, I could show you a video of him like just slanging it while it's coming down here. Josh Allen has experience playing in poor weather conditions. Great ball here while the snow is coming down pretty hard. Notice the timing on this throw. Allen is releasing the football just as the receiver comes off the break. So you can see it's a pretty strong throw. He's gonna have to outperform what he did last week. I guess the game against the Colts, everyone thought it was going to be a much bigger blowout, and it seems like they did just enough to win the game. I think everything has to like really line up for Josh Allen, because if it's that cold, he's going to have to run the ball himself. And if he absolutely does have the capacity to outperform and win the game. I wouldn't be surprised. However, with it being so cold and it potentially becoming a one-dimensional game, Josh Allen is their only running threat. And let me see. Wait, where are some of my notes here? Bills rank, and when it comes to running on the other side, the Bills rank 17th in the run, and allowing only 4.5 yards per carry. The last time Last time the Bills faced an elite running quarterback as well, they allowed 32 points and 217 rushing yards against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. So there's a lot of question marks with regards to the Bills and not doing enough. I think they're a great team, and I think they're on the right track. I think Josh Allen is a very gifted and he's got a bright future ahead of him. However, I don't know if I'm taking them in this game because it seems like they're going to have to do a lot more than the Ravens. I mean, Lamar Jackson has got his first ever postseason under his belt, and I think his confidence is sky high right now. So going in, I think the snow plays into his strength of running the ball. But I think now that he had a great win last week throwing the ball. He's got a little bit more confidence throwing the ball, and he will be able to a lot better than Eddie come in, just squeaking by with a win last week.
This game is so interesting to me. I think it's the hardest game to pick. Just of the couple of things you talked about. The issue is that you have Josh Allen who's the number one thrower against the blitz. You have the Ravens, who are the number one defense, who blitz the most. Then you have the snow impact where Ravens run the most in the NFL from the quarterback position and the running back position. And then you have a defense of the Bills who have been gashed by the quarterback position, as you talked about with Kyler Murray, and gave up 32 points. Plus, then you have this running back piece. Then you add snow to it, right? And then you have Tre'Davious White, who's going to be shadowing Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown being on the Ravens, Tre'Davious White being the corner for the Bills, and their safeties are great. I mean, this one out of all of them is such a toss-up to me. I just have no idea. It's either going to be where the Ravens run the hell out of the ball, and they're successful in that way, or Josh Allen just pulls off the impossible in a spectacular game.
Yeah,
I want. It's so weird. I want the Bills to win. I'm a huge Josh Allen fan, but I'm going to take the Ravens in this game. I'm going to take the Ravens the plus 2.5. But once again, what's the rule? If it's 3 or under, give me the Ravens money line, and I actually put a parlay in while you were talking. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So to add another layer of complexity too, Cole Beasley's back.
Yep.
The all-pro receiver. So Josh Allen's got another weapon, to turn to if he needs to throw the ball. So that makes it easier for him when, it's going to be very difficult to throw the ball for either quarterback. So I wouldn't put it past Josh Allen. Again, like, he's a great quarterback. And like you said, we're both huge fans. However, I can't go against good defense. And I can't, and I kind of hedge my bets against bad defenses. And the Bills' defense against the rush is not very good. And it's gotten better, but it's not where it needs to be against, the Ravens. So I'm going to also take the Ravens plus 3.
It's definitely concerning on their defense, no question. So I think the one thing, just to wrap this up, if people want to take this parlay with me and hold your breath, but just to wrap that all, so I'm going Green Bay the minus 6.5. I'm taking Baltimore on the money line. I'm taking Tampa on the money line. I'm taking Cleveland plus 10. That's a parlay I'm putting 50 down to win 779. We'll see if we do it.
Dang. So why don't you tell them where they can go potentially put a parlay down? Or is that,
if you have a local bookie like I do, then do that. I certainly won't name names, but if you have one of those, do it. We have one that we use. I know a lot of people use either like FanDuel's or so forth, depending if you're on the East Coast. But that's one where I feel pretty good. Throw 50 on it, see what happens. Other than that, good luck this week. See who's going to win, and I'm looking forward to obviously these games as I sit on the couch after my dental surgery on Vicodin.
And again, I just want everyone to know I've got a few friends that live in Buffalo or Syracuse. I'm rooting for the Bills. I won't bet on them, but I'm rooting for the Bills, particularly because Josh Allen promised to do this. Tables, plural, and light them on fire too. Let's do it. Josh Allen vows to jump through flaming tables if the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Wow. I might have just changed my pick. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't blame him. Super Bowl is a crown jewel achievement of someone's life. I mean, unless you're Tom Brady, then it's 5 or 6.
Then it's an every other day.
Yeah, it's just all right, guy. Thanks so much this week. Thanks for everyone listening, and good luck on everyone's bets, and have fun watching the games. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
And we're out.